Yes, I discovered her, you know. She was so fresh, darling. Impressionable, mouldable, exactly what I wanted. The scene was so stuffy then, mundane and jaded, darling. She gave the whole scene a lift, darling. She was a breath of fresh air. Just what we needed. A bare palette, something to work with, something to keep everyone on their toes. Just wondering and aching to know what would happen next. She was so keen, she wanted it, darling, she craved it. But then who wouldn't? She went from caterpillar to the ultimate social butterfly. She followed trends, and now she was set in them, darling. She was the new it girl. There's no denying. But, darling, I made her. Of course I wasn't jealous. If it weren't for me, she would never have led the life she did. This is an ever-moving business, darling. Blink and you could be a decade behind. Her innocence was just childish now. It wasn't endearing anymore, darling. That trend was over. It was all about the gritty, grimy reality that was life. She wasn't fresh anymore. She had to change her image. She knew that. She wanted to be a star, darling. She needed it. Heroin chic was in. Girl Next Door was out. But that's when it started, come to think of it, darling. Instead of just being the face to a trend, an image representing something unattainable, something edgy, something out there, she immersed herself in it, darling, became a slave to it. She embraced it in all corners and aspects of her life, let it get under the surface and under her skin. That's not what it's about, darling. It's all illusion, smoke and mirrors. Perfection is something only the gods have. She was no longer the face of anything, but going off and playing rookie in the underground street life. Ugh. Did she listen to me? Evidently not. Wrote me off. Nobody wanted to know her then. She thought she was untouchable, carved out in gold in the heavens already. But she was just a shiny star, newly discovered, who hadn't made their mark yet. You lose sight of stars, you see, darling. They fade away, you forget about them. She wanted me back, of course, she did. But a loose cannon? What good is a loose cannon to me, darling? What could I do with her now? Oh, she gave good times too, darling, don't get me wrong. But times change, don't they? What do I think happened to her? Doesn't really matter now, does it, darling? I mean, nobody would have noticed her at this point anyway. I found her when she was nothing. Absolutely nothing, darling. So why would she be noticed now that she's less than nothing?